Hi everyone, it's the 16th of July. The ESE mini contract is still bashing its head on this green internal resistance. You can see it touched a new marginal high yesterday and it pulled back again. The red channel is still intact, and as long as it is, there is still a possibility for it to push all the way to 5,800. If it breaks this red support, I'm going to now put it a bit more precise, just to be, just to define the lines a bit more careful. I am a little bit pedantic in that sense. If it touches the red bottom band today, if it sells off, touches that, it's going to be around 5,645. If it touches it and we see a bounce, I think we're going to get to new all-time highs. SPX cash is exactly the same. The red channel is intact. The blue resistance that was broken got back tested. We are inside this red. We are inside the green, and the upside continues. Dow Jones had broken this blue resistance and he even back tested it. It got to a new all-time high. As you can see, this is the high of last year, or excuse me, what last year? March, at 4,360, and we are already at 40,530, and there is more coming up inside the golden. So the golden top band is the obvious target. That's where, when it touches it, I'm going to close my long position entirely. But of course, the ultimate target is the red top band that is over 42,500. Dow Jones Cash has broken that purple resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the breakout. And hopefully it's not going to come back below it. And we are holding the long from the break of that red resistance. It broke out of the blue sideways channel and back tested it. Everything is purely technical. Everything is still looking very bullish to me. Do we have a kind of an uptrend target? I'm going to now put that into perspective right here. Right, I'm going to now put the golden top band there. Okay, and the golden top band's target is slightly lower than the futures that I showed. And you can see the golden top band would be tested at 40,500, 550. That's the level where we should be careful. And of course, it may even smash it, completely ignore it, and smash it to the upside to get to 42,000. Excuse me. NASDAQ is inside the red potential uptrend. It is already inside the green uptrend. This is the low of October. This is a daily chart. And the blue and green, they are still the targets. The green top band is at 22,000-ish. Obviously, the red bottom band's test, is it going to test it? And if it does, it's going to be around 20,250, maybe slightly higher, depending on how it gets there. The way it works with my videos is that you need to mimic these charts, mimic these lines, and define where you're going to buy, where you're going to sell. Obviously, you have to check out whether there is a bull flag here. We don't have it yet. I would actually show it if we had a bull flag, but so far we don't have anything here. So either way, you need to mimic these charts and try to understand where we can test that. For example, not understand, but watch the market action, the price action, and see whether we touch that red bottom band, how it gets there. Obviously, there is some resistance levels that was broken, so that would be a support when it gets there. It actually increases the probability of that long trade if it touches that red bottom band, when and if it gets there. So I'm just saying, if you want to join the uptrend and buy the dips, those are the dips that can be coming our way for you to join. NASDAQ cash is inside the golden uptrend, as you can see here. First, second touch, first, second, third touch, and the fourth touch may break it. And if it does break it, then we will probably see another touch on that blue support, right? Maybe we touch that and then keep on rallying higher. It doesn't really have to break it. It may get to new all-time high and keep on ripping all the way to 22,000, obviously, if it wants to stay inside that golden uptrend. Russell is, of course, the champion. I never thought I would say this, but it is the champion. It is now the entire market is showing us a rotation back to small caps, break off this red resistance, the golden. So I have been showing this. I missed this breakout. I must admit, I missed the buy signal. We were long at 20,060. I chickened out, I closed it, and now it's already, I don't know, well, that huge. It's high. I hate to watch these action when I'm not on it. It is a part of trading. Sometimes, yeah, I have to trust my gut more. I don't know if some of you are in this trade, but it is looking very, very bullish here. Now, where is the next potential resistance? I was looking at this one yesterday, and I think that golden top band, if it gets tested, and I think it will, it is going to be around 22.55. That diagonal resistance may hold. That line may turn into a diagonal resistance so that Russell may start to cool off, pull back. I don't think it's going to erase all these gains, but it may, obviously. This year is news triggered action, but the fact that it has broken that blue resistance is telling us that we are ultimately going back to that blue top band at 2,450. FTSE is now coming closer to that blue bottom band, which I had been showing. Is it going to bounce off the blue bottom band? Is it also touching the support here? Right. Okay. So that's kind of, if we look at it and the purple, so this could turn into a triangle. If it starts to bounce, breaks this purple resistance, and around 82.70, it would break that purple resistance, and that would become a long entry to target 8,550 if you are trading the futures FTSE. DAX is disappointing, and the reason is quite clear. That golden resistance was broken, right, with force. Now it's come back down, and it didn't hold at the back test. This is typical DAX lately. It breaks a resistance, but the support, the back test doesn't hold as support. Where do we go from here? I think we have the red bottom band that is coming our way one more time, and the blue. So I don't think it's going to drop below this red and golden supports. It may be forming this black bull flag. So ideally, it touches the black top band, comes back down all the way to 14,400, jumps off that golden and red support and get to 18,800 one more time. This red channel is our guidance at the moment, and I don't think that red support is going to be broken soon. So if it touches the black, comes down, and then breaks out, that it becomes a bull flag, and we buy the breakout of the bull flag. French index has also not really performed. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on that purple resistance. Came down one more time. Is it going to break that red bottom band? That is the question at the moment. So I'm going to show you. Is it going to break that red bottom band, which is a bear flag, come down to that blue bottom band, and that blue bottom band would be around 7,400 or so. If it does that, and if we see a bounce, that becomes a major support from the lows of COVID. Okay, this is the COVID crash. And then French index will rally to 9,000, you name it. But it's this golden broken resistance zone that is also getting back tested. So it's still bullish in my view, but this correction has to be resolved to the upside for a proper breakout and for a proper buy signal. TLT disappointed by not breaking that blue resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. It's not a big disappointment because I don't think it's going to come down to that red support. But when and if it breaks out, and the breakout is going to be around 94, right? 94 would be a buy signal or an add signal. I know some of you are long from 89. I think it's going to break and it's going to get to that 100 plus level. And the 10-year note is actually more bullish than the TLT. And you can see that purple resistance is now broken. It's going to get to the golden, and then we'll see whether it pulls back or completely gets ignored and keeps on rallying. The green mega bull flag has already been broken and back tested, so that looks bullish to me. Oil, as I said many times, has more downside as long as that golden resistance rail holds, and that's exactly what happened. It broke down the bear flag, this blue bear flag. That was the bearish signal yesterday. It came down. Now, is it going to, this is a big if, okay? Is it going to touch, is it going to form the black bull flag by bouncing off the black bottom band and, of course, that golden support and the green? So if it bounces, maybe touches that green, touches the black bottom band, and then we rally towards 85, 87, and break that golden major resistance. That is a very critical level for US oil. On the other hand, Brent oil has come down quite a bit. If it loads it. Go on, yeah. So that blue resistance had held, remember? And you can see the black support is broken after the backtest of the black internal resistance. Came down, now it's broken, but also it has broken the golden major support zone. This here is looking much more bearish than the US oil, and I think this one is telling the truth. Of course, I may be wrong, but it looks like this break of this black and golden supports are quite substantial. Natural gas, I thought natgas is going to bounce off this red support, right? Actually, previous resistance. I mentioned it as a purple one. Now let's put it in red. Yeah, that red bear flag was broken to the upside, but the back test didn't really hold as support. That is, to me, surprising, but it's not really surprising either. So we would have to, I was watching this action yesterday. Maybe I thought like 22.20, 22.25 around, right? That's where it was supposed to bounce, but it hasn't really. And moreover, September contract had broken this red giant bear flag, which suggests that we should get all the way to 130, 125, 130 in the ultimately. And of course, it is in line with my goal of 1.25, which can be tested in 2025 or end of 24. So this year, this green channel is intact. The golden channel was broken. I'm going to remove. The blue support was broken. The red one is not holding. And as long as this resistance was the potential resistance and it held from 3,200, we are now at 2,100 or 2,200, which is almost 1,000 ticks it came down. Is it going to come down another 1,000 ticks and come all the way to 125, that red bottom band? That's where we can bet the farm on it, to be honest. That would be a generational low on natural gas, I believe. But of course, it is a long shot. Is it going to come down? And when it does, ultimately, I can even tell you if it touches the green, and it's going to be in September, obviously. That green plus red is going to be in October, actually. Sometime in October, maybe. Like, it's wishful thinking. But if it comes down to that green plus red double support, and the level is going to be around first week of October, and around end of September, beginning of October, and the level would be at 1 to 88, something like that. Gold is pushing against that green resistance. That is quite impressive. I thought it's going to pull back after breaking the purple support, maybe touch the blue and then rally, but there is no cooling off. Yeah, that green resistance. Now it's getting closer to that golden top band at 2460. If it touches that, we may see another big pullback starting. But it doesn't have to. Obviously, it may even smash through that. We don't know that yet, but it may really smash through. Silver is just sleeping. It's not doing much. This is the spot chart. The red broken support resistance, it's been breached too many times. I'm going to remove that one from the picture. That purple resistance should be broken for good if silver wants to run. Okay, the blue bull flag breakout was obviously bullish and it targets a new high above 32.50. Silver continues futures chart. So I'm going to show you that red support is still, it's very sloppy, but it's still holding. But what matters here is this golden little bull flag. It tried to break it, faked it. The blue resistance was broken and back tested. So I'm going to remove that blue one. Okay, that's done. And we have this golden little bull flag here. If it wants to run, it has to break 31.20, 31.25 and run. And this golden resistance right here has become a support lately. So many touches. If it drops below 30.70, okay, that's going to look very bullish. Excuse me, bearish, because then this golden support would be broken too. Is it going to break 31.20, 31.25 and rally, or is it going to drop and sell off big time? This is just going sideways at the moment, which is of course frustrating to so many people waiting for silver to go to the moon. The golden support, this one is a flag on platinum still. I thought it's going to get to the golden and maybe touch it and then break it, but it's coming closer to the golden bottom band. And if it does touch it, that purple bottom band will be the next potential support. It really has to run from here and get to the purple top band. At least it should break that 1030 level on the futures continuous. This is futures continuous data, okay? And if we look at the spot chart, it's the same conclusion. Okay, the purple bottom band is quite closer, actually much closer than, it's kind of a double support right there. If it touches that at around, on the spot chart, it would be 987. If it touches 987, it would be touching also that purple bottom band. And then we rally, and hopefully it may even break that golden and get to 1050. Okay, so obviously, if it breaks that purple and golden, then I think it's going to slide down pretty hard very quickly. Okay, now copper is inside the blue bull flag, and a breakout should target 480. So far, nothing to be seen. Euro is at a very critical level. I showed you yesterday the red bull flag was broken. This is the high of 21. It is now testing that green resistance. It held yesterday. It's also this golden support resistance zone. Okay, this is from the May high. This is June high. Yeah, this is July high. So this level, anything above 109.25, yeah, 109.25 would be extremely bullish for euro. And I've been bearish US dollar for quite some time anyway. Pound sterling is the same story. Look, that golden resistance from the highs of 2007, this is the financial crash, right? Is this golden resistance holding here? It hasn't been tested yet, to be honest. Like I thought maybe 130 is going to be tested, 130, 130.10, and then we come down, which may still happen, by the way. So just watch out for that very carefully. 130, 130.10 is going to be very critical for pound sterling. It may reverse really hard from there to come down to at least 128.40. US dollar Japanese yen has, so I'm going to now show you, it spiked down yesterday suddenly, and I thought maybe that was news induced, right? That golden support rail, it's not really, it's a kind of a made up support rail, to be honest, like because I'm taking this low and that low, that's only two touches. But this blue support is also quite interesting. Okay, this spike down, maybe the capitulation spiked down yesterday, and the red resistance, this little bull flag is broken, this resistance is broken. So I'm going to put it on the 1 hourly. I think your UJ is ready to run and gain back all this lost ground, okay? Because of the broken resistance and the bounce off the blue and golden supports. DXY has broken that golden channel and it is now, it looks like it wants to come down further, but do we see a bounce first and then continue down? That remains to be seen. So I'm going to put maybe a careful bull flag potential and the potential target, which is that red bottom band. Okay. Aussie is pulling back and it didn't get to that blue top band yet, but this golden channel, this little channel started from June may hold and the golden bottom band may hold, and then we rally towards inside that golden channel. You can see two touches on both sides. So this golden bottom band, if it holds, we rally towards 6,800 plus. And Kiwi, it has tested that golden resistance many times, and the red bull flag is still on. And it's actually, it has to break that golden red bull flag and rally. At the moment, there is no action. And US dollar CAD may be turning up to rally out of the golden bull flag without breaking the blue support. Now, let's have a look at coffee. Coffee had reversed it couldn't break that blue internal resistance, but also that was a long-term resistance as well, which I will show in a minute on the longer-term chart. The purple channel was broken, right? This short-term channel was broken. I'm going to remove that. If this black support breaks, I think we're going to come down and maybe 2022, so 223 may be filled. That gap may get filled. The real resistance on coffee is that purple resistance. This is a high of 2011, high of 2021, okay, end of 21. This is 24, right, in April this year, then today. So that resistance still hasn't been broken. And I had also shown 300 as a major resistance on the multi-decade chart, but I don't want to go into that one yet. So this wheat chart is pointing at this major support that is being tested right now. You can see 532, I said 535, but it's 532. And this green broken resistance, right? It was back tested here. It's second back test. Is it going to rally off and break that blue resistance? And if you look at the blue bottom band on the September contract, it bounced a little bit, but it looks like it doesn't want to run really. It really doesn't want to run. And 532, I'm long 538, but I'm going to probably get stopped at 529, 530. I mean, it touched 530, almost got there. I'm still holding it, but I think 529 is when this thing is not going to. I may argue that this here, I mean, it's still very depressed, and I think at some point it is going to bounce. But is it going to really rally without breaking 529? That's the big question. To me, this is an ideal level to at least bounce and touch that green and maybe get to that red, but no bounce whatsoever so far. Soybeans is now testing that red bottom band I showed yesterday. Since the break of that purple, the blue, it's now slowly bouncing, trying, And of course, that green bottom band is also very close now at 1075, I think I showed yesterday. And soybeans September contract has more downside all the way to the red bottom band at 1050. So which one is telling the truth? We don't know that yet. But the fact that the blue downtrend was broken to the downside, with there is a gap obviously here, but it's bearish. It clearly is a very bearish chart. And corn, it had broken the red bear flag and it's still targeting that green bottom band. But is it going to show us something on the September contract, which is this one? That's September contract. 1, 2, 3 touches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many touches there? It hasn't really broken it. So there is still hope for the September contract at least to get to that blue top band. And usually corn and wheat, they move in tandem. So we'll see whether we can see a bounce today. If it wants to bounce, it has to be today. Cocoa, sugar, right? That sugar channel is still on. And it wants to get inside the blue channel. It still wants to get to that black top band, pull back, and then rally. And you can see October contract has broken out of this blue bull flag. I may argue that the blue bull flag is still hard to be very precise on that one. Okay, so it hasn't entirely broken, but I think it's coming to that level to break really. So this red channel is still on. And cotton is, I don't know if it's gonna test 67, but if it does, breaks out of the blue, that would look bullish. Okay, now Bitcoin, obviously it broke out of the blue bull flag after bouncing off the red bottom band and the black. So it is looking extremely bullish to me. Of course, all the mining companies, coin mining companies are looking extremely strong. And they were telling the truth actually about the entire Bitcoin story by not really dropping, even though Bitcoin was coming down here. This red giant bull flag, and you can see, I'm going to repeat myself here. This is an arc. I don't do arcs, but it is undisputable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So many touches. Anything above 72,000 would break this arc to the upside, and that would become a very giant breakout. Is it going to do that, or is it going to come down, test the black support, maybe blue? That would be around 56,500, 56,500, and then rally, or is it going to crash by dropping below 54,000 or 53,000? Anything below 53,000 would be disastrous. Yeah, it would be disaster for coins. This is Ethereum, okay, and it bounced off the red. Is it going to come down one more time, touch the golden bottom band and rally? We don't know that yet, but it is inside this golden bull flag with 2 touches on both sides. This red support, it was at 2,830, and that's exactly where it bounced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times that red support held. CAS has to break that green top band. Anything above 20 cents would look very good. OM, I mentioned yesterday, OM has broken out, and this is a buy signal. Yesterday, I posted it. It has so much more upside as long as it doesn't really penetrate back into the red channel. And you can see the break of that red resistance, the blue one, it has gone from 2 cents to 126 cents, right? That is insane. That OM coin has been insane. Jasmy has bounced off the green, so it probably is going to get to that green top band. PAL has broken the black, is off the blue support. Is it going to get the purple and then break out? Yes, I think it will. That is a beautiful bull flag formation. Pepe is out of the green bull flag, imperfect bull flag, but it looks very bullish now here. Monero has to break 180 to break out of this green giant bull flag. Aave had broken the green resistance. We may get a back test around 88. Anything that touches the 88, I think it's going to rally. It's at 104 today. It doesn't have to, but I think it will. Especially, let me show you here. So this one, right? That red top band, I think is going to become a resistance, pull back, and then maybe break to the upside. AVE is okay, but it's not really out of the woods yet. ACH is coming closer to that golden resistance. ADA, not really happy with it until it breaks that golden resistance. You can see the blue support was broken, but it managed to go back above it. Okay, and it also, let me show you here, it broke that red resistance. That is very clear bullish. Okay, so it had also broken and back tested the red bull flag, right? 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and it has broken the red resistance. And I think ADA is going to run from here. ATA is back testing the blue support, had back tested audio. Has reclaimed that broken golden support, and I think there is a good chance that it will run. Do we have a downtrend here? Let me show you what we can find here. I think we do have a downtrend that is already broken or is about to be broken. Let me show you here. Yeah, this here is the perfect downtrend that is breaking to the upside. I'm going to put this in green. Yeah. Beautiful downtrend is now breaking to the upside, and that is audio coin, and I think it eventually is going to break out of this red giant bull flag. AVAX, not my favorite. BMEX, no good. BNB may try to break that blue bull flag once again. Chili's has to break 13 cents for me to get interested in. So this green giant bull flag has to be broken. CKB has bounced off the golden support, and I don't know. It may be forming a downtrend here, but it hasn't really showed me anything. Coty off the golden support. Dash is off the blue. So this here looks like a giant veg, right? This can really rally, especially if it touches the blue, pulls back a little bit, and then breaks out. This here is a giant veg. And data, nothing really. Dogecoin is trying to break back into the red broken channel. This here is very important. You can see it back tested it. So it's not really broken out. But of course, if it breaks back in, and it breaks out of the green bull flag, doji is going to look not so dodgy. Okay, so that red channel is broken, but it may break back in. It may reclaim that channel. Polkadot has to break the blue channel. No, not really. FTM bull flag. So I'm going to switch to the daily. You can see that red resistance by GRT. The golden support is holding on Hive, but it has to break out of the red bull flag. The chain link is off the red bottom band. It's off the blue support, and it really has to run towards 32 from here. Yeah, I think it is going to do it. That looks very, very orderly uptrend on inside the red. Litecoin, not very promising. Mana is off the red support together with the green. It had already broken the golden bull flag. Is it going to get to the red and break it? That's the big question. Matic is still looking bad. PYR is off the blue plus red, which I showed yesterday, but it really has to get to the red and break it. That is the only way PYR can start to run again. At the moment, no hope. Render is inside the red uptrend. RSR is off the green support, but not really very positive. Sandbox, no. Shiba is climbing a little bit, but if it gets to the blue, pulls back and breaks out, that's going to look very bullish. And Solana has broken the red resistance. I think it's going to get to the golden top band, pull back, and then break to the upside. Sui, no. Theta, no. Tia, gold, red bull flag, right? That red bull flag is intact. Ripple is climbing, and it may really break out of this giant triangle. And Tezos, right, let's look at the daily chart. It had broken the red resistance. That looks bullish. And of course, the purple resistance has to be broken, and the green. And of course, it has to get to the purple top band and then break that as well. So that could turn into a large downtrend, and then a break to the upside would look very bullish on Tezos. Zcash is on fire for some reason. I don't think I've seen it rally like this for a long time. Is this the major bottom? Is it going to break that golden resistance? Those are the questions. So far, Toncoin, HBAR. HBAR is off the golden channel's backtest, that bull flag. So HBAR has to get to the red and break it, but it looks positive here inside the red. And Fetch AI coin, and you can see the golden channel is a bull flag. The red uptrend is intact, and the green resistance has to be broken for a rally, and I think it will break it eventually and get to the blue top band at 12. We are at 130, so that's like a 10x, 9x, 10x trade. And last one is Vanry, which one of the members had asked me. The red bull flag is broken, or downtrend is broken, which suggests that it is going to get to the blue top band at the minimum target at 24 cents. We are at 12 cents. All right, guys. Hope it helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.